Hello guys and welcome back to my channel, and today I'm back with the most requested video that you guys have been asking me since a very long time. So title से समझ ही गए होंगे कि मैं किन दो चीज़ों के बारे में बात करने वाला हूँ. So it's about the touring setup of my Yamaha Fazer FI. So touring setup में first one is the windscreen, the touring windscreen that I have custom made, and the second one is the luggage carrier or the pannier stay. We will talk about both of these today, and I will walk you through how these are mounted onto the bike, and if you want to do it I will also tell you where all it mounts and where to source them. So all the links that I would be talking about would be in the description as usual. All the links I always add to the description for your ease. So without further ado, let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing that I would talk about is the windscreen, which is a sandwich of the Fazer version 1's windscreen and a Fazer FI's windscreen. So I have sandwiched two windscreens together and I have used 4 screws to do that. I have drilled 4 holes and I have screwed in the Fazer version 1 windscreen on top of the Fazer FI's windscreen. ये प्रोसेस काफ़ी सिंपल था, बस एक ड्रिल करना था, 4 जगह पे ड्रिल किया और स्क्रू इन किया और इसी से बन गया हमारा विंडस्क्रीन टॉल. ये टॉल विंडस्क्रीन आपको हेल्प करेगा लॉन्ग राइड्स पे जहाँ पे कि विंड ड्रैग बहुत ज़्यादा होता है, तो ये आपको एक काइंड ऑफ प्रोटेक्शन देगा. It also adds to the look of the bike, so it looks more like a sports tourer now. I have stuck 2 foam pieces on the protruding part of the 4 screws. That's just for my protection while I clean the motorcycle. And the third hole that you see was covered up by the stock screw that comes with Fazer. It's a plastic screw with a rubber grommet, and I sourced it from the old fairing of my bike. So the total cost for the whole process was around 500 rupees, which is nothing but the cost of the windscreen. The screws I had in my toolbox, so there was no expense on that. Also, if you happen to notice the yellow part, it is Araldite that I had applied just to make sure that the screws remain in its place and it doesn't run away. However, I would suggest that you go with good quality screws which do not rust like this. थोड़ा सा आप स्क्रू अच्छा लगा लेंगे, अच्छा स्पेसर यूज़ कर लेंगे तो थोड़ा बेटर आउटपुट आएगा. बाकी इसका काम और कुछ नहीं है, बहुत सिंपल है. इसको बस अपने जगह पे रहना है और हमेशा कोशिश करें कि कोई इस विंडस्क्रीन को पकड़ के ना खींचे, खासकर द वॉशिंग सेंटर. सो जस्ट कीप इन माइंड दैट यू आर नॉट सपोज्ड टू अप्लाई टू मच प्रेशर ऑन द विंडस्क्रीन. With this we come to the next part, and the next part is the luggage rack and the pannier stay. So ये मैंने लिया था Nexus Gear से. Nexus Gear का वेबसाइट मैं डिस्क्रिप्शन में दे दूंगा, आप चेक कर लीजिए, आप उनको कांटेक्ट कीजिए और आप उनसे खरीद सकते हो. मैंने उनका एडवर्टाइजमेंट देखा था अबाउट FZ वर्जन 1, सो उसी से मुझे लगा था कि मे बी दे कैन मेक वन फॉर माई बाइक विच इज अ Fazer FI or a Fazer version 2. So this goes on both the bikes. It will go on a Fazer FI or a FZ version 2. So if you have an FZ version 2, it will fit your bike as well. I suppose Nexus Gear has not listed this on their website, so get in touch with them over the Facebook Messenger and they would reply and make one for your bike. The cost of this whole setup was around 5,500, where about 400 or 500 rupees was for the shipping part. I will share few clips of the packaging that they did for this product, and I should say it was very well packed and very well made. The top rack is very slightly off the axis, but I think it is perfectly fine as I was the first customer who bought this, so probably by now they have perfected it and it's perfectly fine. Other than that, I felt that there should be one more support for the rear rack which connects the rear rack to the side pannier or the side pannier stay. This would just make sure that the rear rack doesn't at all move, which happens very slightly when there is a top box on. Although it doesn't damage anything, it doesn't damage the bike's chassis or the product itself, but I felt that would be an extra additional strength given to the whole product. Apart from that, the paint quality or the powder coating is just superb. There is absolutely no rusting anywhere. The rubber grommets on the ends of the pipe, I had misplaced them over time because they sometimes get entangled with the bag straps and they sometimes come off. That's not their mistake. I would say we can just fix it back from any furniture store. We can just find a rubber grommet and push that in. It's a brilliant product. It's a must-have for people who are touring on FZ version 2 or Fazer FI. सो अगर आपको ये प्रोडक्ट अच्छा लगे तो आप इसे खरीद सकते हो नेक्सस गियर से और अपने बाइक पे माउंट कर सकते हो बड़े ही इजीली, क्योंकि इसका माउंट करने का जो प्रोसेस था वो भी बहुत सरल था. Alright, with that we come to the next part, and I would like to show you that my motorcycle has a voltmeter which sits just below the speedometer. So I bought it out of Amazon and I powered it through the ignition switch. So ignition switch से मैंने इसको power दिया और इसको मैंने Amazon से खरीदा था. I will provide all the links in the description. Alright guys, so with that we come to the end of this video. I hope you liked the video. I hope you learned something new and you also got some ideas of modifying your motorcycles for traveling long distances. If you have any questions, feel free to drop down a comment and I would answer them. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Also share it with your friends and family members who might be interested in such videos. If you are new to the channel, do consider subscribing. Thanks again. Take care. Bye.